If you're wondering where I've been over the last month, I have been making so much stuff for my first craft fair of the year. Did I need to make this much stuff? No. When I'm prepping for craft fairs, do I enter a state of delusion thinking I need to make $8,000 worth of inventory? Yes. Did I do that? I did. Yes, I did. I have made like $7,000 to $8,000 worth of inventory for my first craft fair of the year. Some of this, granted, I had made previously, but not a lot of it. I have made a lot of stuff. I had some crochet stuff made from before, and I had a few candles, but I have just made so much. I made like 100 scrunchies, like 150 candles. So today's video, I'm gonna show you everything that I made. First, I'm gonna show you all the things that I sewed on my new sewing machine. I love her. I made like 100 scrunchies. I don't know why I did this. I was thinking like, oh, I'll get, 20 different pieces of fabric. I'll make like 5 of each. That seems fine. Hey girl, that's 100 scrunchies. This took me a long time, I'm not gonna lie. But I find that it's really easy to like kind of get in a flow state with sewing, especially with something repetitive like making scrunchies. So I was listening to my audiobook. I was listening to the Fourth Wing series. I'm gonna show you a little sign that I made for the scrunchies. I'm proud of this, and so I just wanna show you. I think this is cute. Let me show you the insane amount of scrunchies that I made. This entire thing is full. You probably are thinking, oh, that's like kind of a lot, but not really. Girl. This is not including what's in the bag. My husband made me this peg tree. We need a better angle here. Give me a second as I break the window and break the lamp. So yes, this peg tree, my husband made me. He DIY'd it. We got these wooden dowels at Michael's, and then this post from Lowe's, and this little circle piece from Lowe's, and then he assembled it and sanded it and stained it for me. So shout out to him, my unpaid intern. I'll show you one of every one that I made. So first up is the plaid. These might be my favorite. I am like a flannel, like plaid gingham person, so these just really speak to me. First is this tan and black gingham. Second is this beautiful green and like beige tan flannel. I love this one. This is giving like 70s grandpa vibes, in the best way. Warm brown flannel. We love her. Black and white gingham. And then this one is fun. This is like a spring plaid flannel moment. Love them. Okay, when I said the other ones might be my favorite, these might be my favorite, but I'm gonna say that about everything that I'm making. So we have satin scrunchies. These turned out so cute. I'm really happy with the way these turned out. These aren't showing up as vibrant on camera. I don't know how to fix it, but these are much more vibrant in person. I think it's because they're so shiny that the light is reflecting off of it and like washing them out a little bit. Anyways, this is like a fun green, like a fun yellow green. We have a chocolate brown, love. A nice like champagne beigey color, love her. This in person is more gold, like mustard yellow. We have a forest green, a classic white, a little baby blue. This is one of my favorite colors this season. A nice little sage moment, a lilac purple. I love her. This might be my favorite one. I'm really into this color right now. All right, and last but not least, I love these two. It's just some fun little prints. I'll start with my favorite. I love this one. I'm obsessed with this. It's giving like 60s retro flower vibes. You know I love. A nice little like feminine floral. Some strawberries, cute. We love a strawberry. This one I really like. This is like a patchwork floral fabric. A cute little red star fabric. And last but not least, a cutie little fruit moment for the summer. This one reminds me of like wasted a wig in a Margaritaville, so I don't know how I feel about this one, but I think it's fun and it has its place. All right, so that's all my scrunchies. Next thing I'm really proud of. This for me feels like, oh, I can like sew stuff now. I made a bunch of tote bags with a little pocket in the front. I will show you each one. First, we have her. She is so cute. Give us everything. This is a denim cherry fabric. Oh my God. With a cutie little pocket. All of the bags are lined with white cotton gauze fabric. This one is also my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. Next one, oh my goodness. We have a little green gingham embroidered mushroom fabric with a white strap. Again, this one is also lined with white cotton gauze fabric, but look how cute she is. Next is the same floral patchwork fabric that I showed you that I made some scrunchies out of. She is also lined with white cotton gauze fabric, and I just love this. Okay, this next one has a soft spot in my heart. I think this is really fun. This is also to me giving like 70s grandpa in the best way. A little flannel moment with a jean strap. I thought the jean and the flannel, just like the vibes matched. This also has a white lining inside. This next one, I love her in her own way, okay? I was going for like 90s kindergarten teacher vibes with the colors, you know? I don't know if we landed on that or if it's giving something else. So this one is a red star fabric with the jean straps. I think the red star and the blue jean is giving more like red, white, and blue America vibes than I was going for, but I think it's cute. So we're keeping her. Also lined with white cotton gauze. Next, obviously, is all the crochet. That's kind of like my main thing. First thing is crochet coasters. I have a big stack here. I had some of these made from previous craft fairs, but I did make quite a few for these. So we have some little flower coasters. I love these. I always make a bunch of these and then wish that I had more. But yeah, bunch of cutie little flower coasters. I have some more intricate ones. I made these a while ago and just kind of put them in the pile. Some more little cutie cotton flowers. These ones are more like daisies. I think these are really cute. I'm trying this out and seeing if people buy them, but I made some like granny square coasters. Just like a little classic granny square, you know? And then I have a bunch of these leaf coasters. Patterns, this is important. Everything up to this point has been patterns that I've made up. These are not my own pattern. These are by, shout out, thank you for the leaf coaster pattern. I love this pattern, it's so fun. These coasters like always sell pretty quickly. So I tried to make a lot. It is Thursday, so I'm probably gonna try to make, I don't know, 5 or 10 more because you can never have too many of these flower coasters in my experience. The leaves sell okay, but it is April, so they're a little bit more fall, but especially like the white ones, like this is cute for like the summertime sitting around. All right. Next is bandanas. I have a lot of these. I probably made like half of these recently, so I will show you some of them. I'm not gonna show you every one, but each style that I have a few different colors. First is my classic bandana pattern. This is just my own pattern that I made up. I don't know how to make this into a pattern for you all because it doesn't make any sense. Like this is just, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't be able to write it into a pattern. It's just like freehand every time. So there's that one. This is the straight border. I have my bandana pattern with the ruffle border, a crowd favorite. These always sell really well. I love those. I have a few like solid bandanas. These are just like you make a half granny square middle, and then instead of doing granny clusters, you just like crochet into each stitch, like a half of a solid granny square. That's what these are. And then I have some fun, just like classic granny stitch with a little ruffle border, classic granny stitch with no border. I love how these turn out. And then my personal favorite, these are all dragonfly bandanas. I mean, come on, these are so beautiful. At this point I've memorized this, so I don't need the pattern anymore because I've made so many, but I mean, come on, these are so beautiful. These always sell really well in the spring and summertime too, so I wanted to make quite a few. The black fun, cute. Little taupe. A pink. I love this rust. I think this is cute. Another taupe. I love a neutral. Okay, all the bandanas. All right, next crochet thing. These I had done. These were just hanging out, so didn't put any work into these recently, but I have these crochet plant pots. The plant on the inside, it's just a little fake plant, and then I make the plant pot holders to like be the right size. I love these. These are cute. These also do sell well in the spring and summer, so hopefully I get rid of these. I have I think 8 of these. Next is my retro flower wall hanging. The retro flower design, I forget where I learned this, but I learned it a long time ago and it's just kind of like in my mind. But if you look up on YouTube, retro flower granny square, a bunch of videos will come up to show you how to make these. It's just 2 squares that I make and stitch together, put on a dowel. These little tassels, I love these. These are so freaking cute. I have this one, and then I have one that's like a tan and brown. Okay, next we have the 8,500 crochet bags that I made. So what happened here is I forgot that I had a bunch of bags like in a cabinet somewhere, and I was like, I have no bags. So I made a lot of bags, which is good because these always sell pretty well during the summer, but it's a lot. So I'm like prepared and I feel happy about it. I'll show you each bag because they're all different. There's no like replicas, and show you patterns, which is really important. Okay. Okay, first, this one is a cutie patootie. She's a little handbag. She's a little This is the giraffe bag pattern by, this was actually a pattern test that I did a while ago, and I love her. She's so cute, and I feel like someone needs to have her. Next is just a classic little sunburst granny square patchwork bag. I love these colors. These are so beautiful. I had previously made this one. This was one of the ones hiding from me. Next, I made this over the last couple of days. This is a patchwork granny square bag with the classic granny squares. I love this. I've made so many of these and they always sell well. I have 3 of these. I love this pattern. This pattern I think is genius. This is not my pattern. This is the Hold My Ruffle bag by Realm Designs. I was a pattern tester for this bag. I had made this one and a pink one that I don't have anymore. So I have this little cream, white, and light blue. This is really important. If you're seeing this video and you're like, oh, I'm obsessed with that bag pattern, I want to make it. Yes, of course. She is so talented and this pattern is really fun. She's one of the crochet designers, and there are many others like this as well, that if you want to make their patterns not for personal use and sell them, like I made these and I'm planning on selling them at a craft fair, you actually have to go on her website and buy like the rights to selling small batches of her patterns. Always keep that in mind. If you are making things to sell at craft fairs, make sure you look at the pattern and see if it says for personal use only. Please do not like sell things made with this pattern. Sometimes that's just like a hard boundary that people have where you cannot sell things made with their pattern. Some people, like Realm Designs, have an option to buy the rights to sell things made with the pattern, which of course I did purchase. I like to remind people of that sometimes because sometimes pattern creators are also selling things made with their original designs. It also might not be the case. So it's just important to keep that in mind of like, what can I actually do with this pattern that I've bought if it's not my own? So let me show you these gorgeous bags. A ruffle strap. I love this. This one I actually made this week. This is a little like pastel-y, stripy number. Love. And then I made one recently with some fun earth tones. I believe the rest of these, yes, the rest of these are my bag patterns. You can check out my website for my bag patterns if you're curious. Wait. This is not my pattern. This is just a basic little square bag. I put a flower on it. Cute. Okay, now my patterns, which you can find on my website. I'll start first with my granny crossbody bag. A classic. This was like more of like a scrappy yarn color palette. I love the way the strap turned out, and I like how bright and colorful this one is. Next is this light blue and brown. I was going for like a 90s color palette with this. Like this is giving like Lizzie McGuire era vibes, but just a little classic. These are perfect market bags. Oh, I forgot this one. This is a tiny, cutie little book bag. It's a 3 granny square. Next is all my crescent bags. I made a bunch of these for my most recent pattern launch, which is for my crescent crossbody bag. I'm selling this on my website. It's available in a 3 pattern bundle where you can get the instructions for how to use weight, yarn weight 4, 5, and 6, or it's also sold individually. Okay, let's start with my favorite one. A little cute stripey moment, but it's also reversible. Oh my gosh. So we have the green on green side and the pink on pink side, and the strap is this cream and like cornflower blue. Next is, we're doing fun and bright. I love how the strap goes on this one. Next we have like a black funfetti with a pop of cornflower blue. I love the way the strap is on this one. Next is this yellow one. This was made with the weight 6 chunky yarn. So this one is nice and sturdy. This was actually the one that I used to make the video tutorial for the pattern. So if you have the pattern, you might recognize her. This next one I really like. This is a nice cornflower blue and some tan for the stripes. Next, I made this one out of variated yarn with a little bit of a thicker strap. Something fun, kind of beachy. This one, I intentionally made the strap a little bit shorter, either for someone who is like physically shorter or who kind of wants this to be like one of these moments where it's like more in the front and you kind of have it like closer to your chest. I think this is a really fun and cute look. Reminds me of like a little fanny pack on the front. And then this one is the more typical length that I make with this fuzzy yarn, and I made the strap on this one a little bit thicker. So that's all my crescent bags. If you want this pattern, go check out my website. With my patterns, if you buy the pattern, you are able to sell these in small batches. So if you are getting ready for a market and you want to have a fun, quick bag pattern that is like kind of trendy and fun right now, doing a self promo here, go check out my website. Next is all of my art stuff, so either things that I've painted or my designs that I draw on Procreate and then get like printed on stuff. I don't have everything accessible right now, so I'm gonna put a few pictures in, but the things I do have accessible, I will show you. By not accessible, I mean I have them already boxed up, ready to go, and I don't wanna unbox them and then box them up again. You get it. First thing is my bookmarks. I have these 3 different colors of the Leave Me Alone, I'm Trying to Escape Reality bookmarks. Reading for me is a really nice way to like, you know, escape, to cope. The world is, I made this for me and all of the other reading as a form of escapism people out there. I know you're out there. I did draw the background in Procreate and then like type over it, but obviously this is not like as much of like a drawn design as these two. So these two, I have a special place in my heart for these two. The first one is my tulip bookmark. This was part of my spring collection this year. I draw this in Procreate, and same with this one, my strawberry and flower bookmark. These two together, I mean, come on, so stinking cute. In a year's time, I would love to have like 20 different bookmark styles, but right now we're rocking with 5. My stickers are packed up, so I am going to show you pictures of my stickers. First, we have my round stickers. We have the pull up your bootstraps and get on it, or don't, it's okay to rest. Second part's important. We have the Granny Vibe sticker, a classic for all of the Granny Vibes people. And then we have another book sticker, Leave Me Alone, I'm Trying to Escape Reality. You need to have it in a bookmark and a sticker, of course, right? Okay. Next, we have my stamp stickers. These are meant to be like angel number, These are meant to be like angel number stamps, / if that's not something that resonates with you, just a fun little cutie stamp. I have the butterfly, the hummingbird, which has a special place in my heart, and dragonflies. All of these are meaningful to me in some way. So, and I know that dragonflies, hummingbirds, and butterflies hold a special place for a lot of people. So that was the inspo behind those. Additionally, with the angel number stamp design, I have different tote bags with these designs on them, which are also in a box, so I'm showing you some images here. Next thing is very exciting. I have 3 new sticker designs. The first one is this, Another Day, Another New Hobby. I can't be the only one that every other day I have a new hobby. So I thought I would make a sticker for the people who get a new hobby every other day, like me. Next, I wanted to have a book sticker without any words on it. And so I made this yellow striped book sticker, cute. And last but not least, I'm not taking these out of the plastic because I want to pack them up in the plastic, but it is a sticker that I drew. It says, y'all means all. I am a y'all user. I love saying y'all. This to me just kind of represents like inclusivity. For some of us y'all users, I want to make it clear that like when I say y'all, I mean there's a seat at my table for everyone. Last, but certainly not least, and definitely the heaviest, most expensive to make, smelliest, in a positive way. Did I say heavy? My candles. These are becoming my new baby. Let me go show you. I'm really proud of these, so just bear with me while I brag about my new creation. Recently, I upgraded my bigger jars to be even bigger than the ones that I was making before. To these beauties, come on. The wick, I know that it's big. These are still curing through today, and then I'm gonna cut the wicks off, but so I designed these labels in Canva actually, and I have all my candle scents now with these new and upgraded jars and stickers. These candles are 12 ounces and they have a really thick wooden wick. All of my candles are 100% soy with non-toxic fragrances, so that's really important to me. I get like headaches so bad with like cheap candles, and these do not give me a headache. So the quality ingredients really do make a difference. So these are my 12 ounce option. These are the more like luxury options. These are gonna be a little bit more expensive because the jar is glass and it's like painted and it's just big. There's like a lot of candle in here. 12 ounces is a big candle. I'm gonna talk you through each of my scents. So first is Earth and Ember. This one, I love this candle scent so much. This one to me smells like the earth before humans came along. That's all that I will say. The scent is like volcanic sand and sage. It smells so good. Next is Saltaire and Sandalwood. This is a bestseller. Every time I have these candles at markets, everyone's always like, oh, that one. Has some of that musky sandalwood smell in it, but there's also like a bright, like clean scent to this. It's a little beachy, but it's not like coconutty, like sweet beachy. It's like clean, like you're at the beach in the fall time kind of vibes. Next is Woodland Oak. This is a mahogany teakwood scent. This just smells like the best like men's cologne. It's a more masculine scent, woodsy and oaky without being too like in your face where it's like shocking. This one, like this is like my favorite kind of scent. I know it's not for everyone, but this smells like that one Anthropology candle, the Blue Capri, you know what I'm talking about. It smells so good. It's the perfect blend of like sweet with not being like sugary, like overly sweet where you're like, bleh. It's just like a sweet, fruity, fun summer scent. Balanced in the best way. Next is my Fun and Fruity. This is a fruity cereal milk. This smells exactly like Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops. This is like a fun scent. I also find that this one is not like sickening. Like it's not like sugary sweet, which I'm not a fan of. Like I can't do like a waffles, like a cupcake, like anything that's like a dessert scent. It's just too much. It gives me a headache. That's not what this is. This is more like a like rich fruity, but it's like bright and sweet without being sugary sweet. The last one, a classic, Sweet Lavender, a lavender vanilla. This lavender is not too pungent and like spicy where you feel like the sweet element of this really does balance out this scent. So this is one of my favorites. I love lighting this when I'm relaxing. And this one's also really nice for if you have like a strong smell in your home that you're trying to get rid of, and then you do this, it just like envelops the scent in a way that I love. I have all of these also available in a 7.5 ounce. Some photos here, cute. And then I have my 9 ounce candles. These are packed up, but I'm gonna show you one of them. So I have one to show you. This is my 9-ounce. I love these vessels, these like blue sage vessels. And then I made a similar label to these, but with white and beige. In person, it's more pronounced, the like squiggle line, but this is the Fun and Fruity scent. These are 9 ounces, and these containers I think are just like so cute. It's almost like a little home decoration. I have all the same scents in the 9-ounce blue vessels, but all of them have this neutral label on them because I thought the bright labels would clash with the blue, and some people don't want, you know, something super bright in their home. They want a more understated, muted little moment. So yeah, so good. And all of these have the wooden wick, of course. This is everything that I made. I have been filming for almost an hour, which just shows how much stuff that I have made. I'm really proud of how much that I have made. I really hope that people come. And then I have not made $7,000 to $8,000 worth of inventory and sell $6 and stand there in the rain. That would make me very sad. Hi everyone, come with me to my first craft fair of the year. I am excited. However, it is raining. Let me show you the rain. It is raining. But I will say I'm trying to be positive. It is not thunderstorming. It's more just like showering. And it's supposed to kind of be like on and off throughout the day. So hopefully it's not, you know, giving like tornado vibes today. Hopefully it's like little showers, and I feel like some people might still come out, so I'm trying to be positive here. I'm going to a craft fair in Old Town Alexandria, Virginia. I'm in the Northern Virginia DMV area, so this is a good place to go. These craft fairs in Old Town Alexandria are pretty well attended, so hopefully today we get some good sales. As you can see, the car is completely packed full. I'm not even gonna say we packed the car. I did not pack the car. My husband packed the car, and I thank him for that. We were able to fit all the stuff in our car, which is really awesome. We recently got a new car, which is fun because we have had the same car that was like begging for mercy on its last leg. Like, we didn't know if it was gonna make it when we like left our place and went to the grocery store, kind of vibes, as it was shaking so much and the air conditioning wasn't working. It was like, it was time. So we have a car that everything fits in now. So I'm feeling like very excited in my new car with all the stuff in here. I don't have to ask anybody to help me take stuff. I will show you me setting up when we get there. I think I have a good spot. I paid for a like better spot when I signed up for this one, and I'm really glad that I did because I think I might be on concrete instead of grass for like my better spot. And since it's raining, and that might be nice. Now I might get there and be in the grass, and you might see me trudging my shoes around in the wet grass, but we'll see. Hopefully I'm on the concrete. All right, I am here. I'm taking a moment, but I have a really good spot. I am in the concrete and not in the grassy area back there, so I'm feeling really grateful for that. Yeah, my husband is helping me set things up, but we're doing pretty good. Doing a little booth tour here. I plan on making a video soon of like all of my tips and tricks for how to set up a booth. So if you see anything and you have any questions about what you're seeing with my setup, let me know in the comments down below, and I will include your question in my video all about vendor booth setups. My setup has definitely come a long way in the couple years that I've been doing markets, but I'll talk more about this in my like vendor booth setup video. But my main tip is that you want to avoid having things be giving like flat pancake on a table, if you know what I mean. Like, imagine if you went into Target and they had everything just like sitting on a table on the floor. It's like, what am I looking at? Are you done? Hi everyone. This is the post-market recap. So the vibes were good of this one. I really liked the spot that I had. Like I said, there were some spots that were back like in the grass and the mud, and because it was raining like the day before and the day of, that would have like sucked really bad. I'm not gonna lie, to be like in the mud over there. That would have overwhelmed me so much, and I would have probably wanted to leave if like all my stuff was getting muddy and all the tables and everything and my feet. That just would have been a lot. So bless the people that were over in the grass. I did pay for this. So like when I signed up for all these craft fairs, there was an option to click where you have like a prime spot, and I was like, literally, why not? Like, why would I not do that? I'm gonna be much happier with myself when I get there. And this was one of the instances that like, yeah, I'm really glad that I did that. It did rain about like 60% of the day. It was like either lightly misting most of the day. There were times where it was giving like torrential downpour vibes. So with the rain, thankfully my tent doesn't have any like major holes in it. There was like a couple little holes, but it was no big deal. We just like put a towel, it was fine. And so none of my stuff got ruined, thankfully. I did have, when you have those like big pop-up tents, you can buy like tent walls for it. If you're doing markets, I would highly recommend getting tent walls and just bringing them to every market. Like, you never know. If the wind is blowing really, really hard, that could be a problem. If you have like paper products, and the tent walls can help with that. If it's raining, of course, like if it's raining sideways, the tent walls help, so like your stuff's not getting all wet that you like handmade. That like sucks really bad. So the tent walls and the tent, everything was dry for the most part. Like I said, we were on concrete, and so the water was kind of like pooling at the bottom, which was no fun. And so like the bottom of things were getting a little bit wet, but it wasn't that crazy. The one thing that did kind of suck is that I had forgotten this until we were gonna go pack up, but all of my cardboard boxes that I keep my candles in, those right there, it's just the boxes that the vessels come in, and then I make the candle and put them back in that box, and that's how I transport them. All of those got completely soaking wet, and so I did have to throw away all of the cardboard boxes. All of that to say, the rain did not ruin any of my products, which I felt really grateful for. I'm gonna tell you in a moment about like the sales side of things, but I have to just tell you like a little story time. We had like such a chaotic like hour when it was like raining really hard at this market. So a woman set up right next to me selling her cutie little things. When she was setting up her tent, I noticed that she didn't like pop the middle up. If you've never set up one of these like canopy tents before, you know, it has like the 4 legs and then the triangle in the middle. There is, on most of the tents, there is some kind of thing in the very middle of it where before you raise the legs up where it's very tall, you have to like click this middle part open. You like pop it up. And so that ensures that when the tent is up, the top is not gonna like do one of these if there's any weight on it. So when she was setting up her tent, I noticed that she did not pop up the middle, and I was like, hey, I'm always like wanting to like lend a helping hand when I can, especially if I see like another woman like by herself trying to like put things up that takes like 2 people. So we offered to help her, and she was like, no, I got it. I've set it up a bunch of times myself. And I was like, all right. So it turns out the middle of her tent did need to be popped up. And when it started raining really hard, I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. Like if you were standing up in her tent, like, and think about one of those big canopy tents, it had sagged so much that it was like almost like, if not at like head level, it had sunk down so much with so much water. And so by the time we like realized what was going on, after the chaos of like getting my own booth, like the rain walls up, getting all my stuff kind of like pushed in, we look over, Miss Girl's over there with like gallons and gallons and gallons of water above her head. So of course we like run over there, and it was me and my husband, and then thank God my parents had just gotten there, and so they came over too, and we were all like trying to like push the middle up, like get all the water out. We spent a good like 30 minutes over there like bailing her out of this like collapsing water tent, and I'm very proud to say that all 5 of us combined, me, my husband, my parents, and that woman, were able to get all the water out and none of her stuff actually got ruined. That woman was so sweet. Like, she was obviously thanking us for like helping her out, and we were all kind of like chuckling about it together after it was done. Like, all right, thank God we like fixed that problem. So just a funny story that I had to say. Me getting on my soapbox for a second, if I may. If you see someone at a craft fair, if you're like a vendor, and that someone looks like they need help, like, go help them. Let's do best and worst sellers and like sales stuff. I know I mentioned that it was raining, and so there was not nearly as many people as there would have been if it wasn't raining. I was chatting with one of the event organizers, and she mentioned that if there's even a 30% chance of rain, that she finds that the attendance just like declines for these event. People are not willing to like come out in the rain. And I can't say that I like don't understand that. Like, if I'm going to go shopping and like if I'm going to go attend some kind of craft fair, yeah, if it's supposed to be raining a bunch, I'm like, no, I'm good. I will say though, this is like a highlight, that the people that were coming were like ready to shop and like such like great friendly customers. I think people who are like wanting to get gifts or like love craft fairs and they just like want to collect some things, like, are gonna come out rain or shine. And I definitely got those folks at this market. So actually, I thought I was gonna make like no money, but I actually ended up making like a little over $700, which I will take it. Even though it was raining, that's still like totally worth my time. So I'm really pumped to go back to this location when it's not raining, because the fact that I made like $700 on a day where 60% of the time it was raining, a considerable amount of time we spent like closing the whole tent in just to keep everything dry, that is not bad. So grateful for the rain or shine customers that came out. Best sellers were, funny enough, stickers did really well at this one. I had a couple of new sticker designs and people were liking those. So the stickers did really well. And then the crochet bags, which they always do really well. Everything else sold like evenly, but it wasn't like dramatic. It was more of like an even distribution among the rest of my products, except for wall hangings and like paintings. I don't think that I sold any of those at that one. That's not a surprise, but like when I do sell one of those things, it makes me really excited, so I just keep bringing them. So when I do it again, I would, if it was not raining, I think this may have been like my best market ever, because of the vibes and like the people that were coming out and the area that it's in. It was just like really great. But the rain had a big impact, but that's okay. Would I do it again even if it was raining? Maybe. It's not the location or the money that I made that makes me hesitant. It's the overstimulating aspect of it raining really hard the whole time. But I made the best of it, and I had my husband and my family out there, so like it was an overall really good experience. It was a good day. It was a fun day. Afterwards, we all went to a Mexican restaurant, and that was fun. I'm going back to this exact location in July for some kind of like beer fest. So I'm hoping that people drink beer, release their inhibitions, don't feel the rain on their skin, no more rain at this one, and then buy my stuff. So we'll see. So if I met you at this one in Alexandria, come see me in July for the beer fest. If beer is not your thing, I won't be drinking beer and I won't be selling beer. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Bye.